though. That movie was fire.
Um, I missed like a little bit of the beginning.
Me too. Okay. Fuck.
I showed up. I showed up when he was
Already at the academy?
he was yeah, he was in the hospital
Oh yeah, okay.
and Gojo was talking to him. They was trying to figure out
Oh yeah.
if he cursed her or she cursed him.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So I don't know what happened before that. I know he had a little shorty that he was vibing with. Based off the flashbacks, he's vibing with Rika. Rika, like, you know what I'm saying? When we get older, you're gonna be Zaddy. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna do an abridged series, me and you. I think it will work out really well. I don't know what we would abridge.
And then he was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm with clapping those cheeks for a whole lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Then how did she die?
I that's the part I missed too. I'm not gonna lie.
So apparently she
I honestly thought about just.
But it was a good movie. I feel like I prefer that than hitting me with like half an arc of fillers, giving us that backstory. So I'm good with the movie.
I liked seeing Inumaki like younger. I like seeing all of them younger. Yeah. Like just because of how like sweet he is, and the fact that they can all understand. Like I love that they can all understand him, and they don't ever. And I realized that after watching Jujutsu Kaisen, I can kind of understand him too. Like I'm like okay, that make like, and it's kind of like using your like skills. Like you have a good idea what context he's saying. Clues. Like just because he's saying salmon, like look at the situation around you. Yes, we should probably call Gojo. Like that probably is what he's probably close to saying. I feel like talking to him is kind of like talking to like an animal. Like you kind of have an idea.
It's like you gotta answer your own question.
Yeah, like look around. Yeah, like you know what they're doing. Like you have a good idea. Just throw up on the floor. Your dog is whimpering. Like clearly, your dog doesn't feel well.
You nasty bastard.
Like let's work with that. Honestly, the animation was beautiful. Rika was straight, the queen of curses. I mean, and then Geto showing up to be like, so it was him calling them like all monkeys for me. Like he was just like
big Frieza vibe.
Man. So if you notice though, he doesn't have those stitches across his head yet.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for this season 2 because those stitches are important. As well as we all noted at the end, Gojo took care of him. Yeah. So we've seen him already and he's got stitches in his head. And we know that Gojo for a fact killed him. Also, he was Gojo's best friend. Like their backstory is also like pretty fire too. Like I actually very much I think I liked Geto's character when he was alive because I could understand where he comes from. Yeah. Like, and I'm really upset because these villains are becoming way more relatable.
I mean, most villains are relatable. Usually it's some trauma that the world has caused them. And they was just like, you know what? Fuck y'all niggas. I'm taking over this shit. Like, fuck what you talk about. Y'all niggas trash. Much. Like, they always... That's why sometimes it's easy to side with a villain because, I mean, a lot of times their point of view just makes sense. At least the good ones.
Yeah, I think that that's sort of something that's really interesting too because I think people talked about that with Thanos. Yeah. But the problem was that Thanos had like the power of the universe in his wrist, so we all started asking like too many questions. Like
but then and when you see the Eternals, it's like, was he really the villain? Like he was more like a hero. Like
I see. My thing was that I understood what he was trying to do. He was like, the world is overpopulated and this, that, and the other. But it was like, you have the Reality Stone, expand the universe, make more worlds, make more food. Like, you don't have to... I get what he was saying. Mass genocide that isn't based on anything other than just the luck of the draw, technically speaking, is something that I feel like humans have tried to implement themselves. Like, survival of the fittest type deal. But you can do anything with this thing on your... Like, there was just way too many questions. But in the comics, he's the Mad Titan. He's trying to please death. That makes way more sense. And I could I'm like, okay.
Well, man, you had to stop the world from getting destroyed. You got to kill half of everybody.
Or you could just make new worlds with the reality stone, turn back time with the times. There's just so
But
many.
all you doing is delaying the inevitable.
I feel like there's a yes and a no to that part as well, because clearly too, based on how Tony ended everything, like all he did was like think the forces away, and it was like done. Like, so I think I understand that they like to make villains more reliable and more like, you know, you can kind of understand why they do what they do. The problem is that when you try to make people who are when you do that, you have to give them more reasoning. Like, you know what I mean? And because you could tell me Thanos is unhinged, and that would make sense too. It's kind of like,
well, I mean, it could be a combination of both.
Right, but he's the Mad Titan. He fell in love with death. That's fine. He's trying to court death. That's fine. Like, I don't have any issue with that. You're trying to show Shawty that you got it. You got the juice, so you can get rid of half of the universe. Okay.
I think that that's mad shallow though. Like,
he's the Mad Titan. Not to mention, also, let me just say this: that in the comics when he did it, we didn't know he was gonna do it. People just started disappearing.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I don't know if he killed his daughter in the comics too, but like killing your daughter just to please a shorty.
Listen, that scene is not funny, but it's funny to me at the same time. It shouldn't be funny, but when he's like, you got to give up something you love, and she's like, ha, you have nothing. And Red Skull's like, she's like, are you crying? He's like, he's not crying for him. As soon as he turns around, I was like, oh, imagine thinking that your adoptive father doesn't love you, to find out that he does, but not enough to not sacrifice you. Like, all in one traumatic go around. Like, he was just like, I'm sorry, little one. I was like, oh, I was in that theater like, oh, this is some scary ass shit.
You got rid of her.
Oh my god, I've never been so terrified. I mean, it was like all one funny, sad, conducive. I've never felt so many different emotions in one whole unbroken scene of him literally crying and her going, like, the relief on her face. She was like, he ain't gonna get shit. He don't love nobody like that. And he's like, are you fucking crying? You be a little bitch out here? And Red Skull was like, I think you are mistaken heavily.
Right. He brought you here for a reason, love.
Right, like you.
It's a reason you here and your sister not.
Bro, listen.
Dang, and that just sucks for the sister.
Nebula, yeah.
Nebula.
Oh, yeah, that was all bad.
Damn, he don't love you. You just a weapon.
Man, what? I mean, every time she would lose, he would replace something on her. Like, I mean, that's a rough thing to put sisters at odds at too. Because Gamora's like, I don't want to fucking, you know, if it's you or me, I'm gonna pick me.
Right.
Like I'm gonna pick you every time. Like, that's what it is. That's just nature. That's just, people say it's human nature, but I think it's living species nature. Like, obviously, you don't want to die. You don't want your arm cut off. You don't want your. She's had like almost every part of her body replaced.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrifying. And then you watch your sister go through it. Ain't no way you about to be like, oh well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's the luck of the draw. And it's kind of terrible because people are like, you wouldn't do that for your sister. And it's like, you wouldn't either. I think that's something that's interesting about when we see tyrants and things like that. And I feel like it's sort of the same thing I feel like we see too with, like, even with the Jujutsu Kaisen movie too. It's like one of those, you wouldn't do that for them. You wouldn't either. Like, Maki, I can't wait for you guys to see season 2, just because with the Shibuya arc, Maki is definitely straight fucking fire. Like, everything she's like, I gotta admit it, the guy who, I don't know his name, that does Jujutsu Kaisen writes amazing female characters. Mm-hmm. And honestly, when you get to see what shows up with the Shibuya arc, like, I think you guys, it's a little depressing. Don't get attached. People die. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna tell y'all who, because
they always die. That's
the movement of anime lately.
Yeah, like, everybody's just dying.
Yeah, you see Attack on Titan is like getting a part 3 to the final season? When are we gonna be done? We're at the rumbling. When are we gonna be done? Every time someone's like, I'm watching the new episode, I'm like, it's still go. Are we done yet? I thought maybe it's because I read it so quickly. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's at its end. Is it not? What's left? 2 episodes?
That's what I would have thought.
Listen.
I'd have thought it was a couple more episodes. Either they stop airing or they don't, and then that'd be the end of it.
No, apparently, I got like 3 different things up because we have like several things to talk about this episode. But apparently, there's gonna be, because they just announced it. It's next year. Because what kind of sick shit is this? Yeah, Attack on Titan Part 3, final season Part 3, officially announced for 2023.
So how many they'll say?
No. So my question now is when will this be over? And if this last Part 3 is full of filler, like, what did you waste the animation on? Like, at this point, we could have been doing other things. The rumbling is here already. What was left?
You gotta stop them.
Yes, but you gonna waste the season? You gonna drag that out for a season?
You gotta know the aftermath.
No, I'm gonna say no. There was barely any aftermath.
I mean, realistically, you could keep this going for a while.
I'm sick, and I'm just
because then you got the rumbling, then you got how countries gonna respond to the rumbling if they defeated it, if they stop airing, if they didn't stop airing, what's next? It's always a what's next. That show just so open ended. It's no way with the way it is now that you can give it like full closure.
I know. I feel it's starting to give me One Piece vibes. Like, I love One Piece, but the end of the arc drags on so fucking long. Mm-hmm. It's like, at this point, it's like, Kaido, I'm gonna stop you. All right, like, get to it, Luffy. Like, it's literally, I feel like the last like couple episodes of this arc has literally been Luffy like just looking for Kaido, and Kaido's a big motherfucker, so you really can't miss him. You like, I'm gonna fight Kaido, and then someone's like, no, you're not, Luffy, and then someone in one of the like, some of them are like, in the Straw Hats are like, I'll take care of this, and I'm like, all right, next floor, and they're like, Kaido, and then we do this again. I'll take care of this. You go ahead, Luffy. And I'm like, oh my.
It's pretty much what it is.
God.
That's what happens. It's like anytime you're trying to get to the final boss, there's always some minions in your way.
I mean, it is not even. It's the fact that it's like, so we stormed the castle. Yeah, shit went left, as it always does.
But also, he had to let, the legendary squad get their one-on-one in.
No, you are correct, Shode. So I ain't even mad about that.
That's pretty much from what I left off, what's going on. He letting them get their one-on-one, and then after they all get swooped up inevitably, because, Luffy's got to be the one to beat them.
I'll say, we know exactly what the time it is.
Right, they're going to get swooped up. Then Luffy going to be like, you beat them all up, and he going to get mad, and then...
I don't know. I'm about to start reading.
But also, they got to figure out what to do with Big Mom, too, so that's also another...
Honestly, Marco popping up to be like, so... This is some bullshit. Like, she like, so you was part of the Whitebeard Pirates. He was like, and Whitebeard's dead. So I'm here to help out my man's Luffy. And I was like,
y'all on some corny shit.
Right. Like, honestly, so I heard about and I've seen Fifth Gear. It looks really fire. So I'm definitely going to start reading the manga. Yeah. I caught up to the manga and then I was like, all right, anime time. I do that, like, because I have a problem. Also, it doesn't help. I haven't been watching as much anime, like, binging as much as I normally do. Law & Order SVU is at a chokehold on me. Listen.
The fact that you came out with that is having doom, like... My body must have knew you was gonna say something boring because it gone before you.
Like Law & Order SVU. Listen.
No, that shit whack.
What? Why would you say that? Why do you think that show is? Are you kidding me? Law & Order SVU is straight fucking fire.
No, it is not.
Absolutely. What's wrong? You watch Criminal Intent?
I don't watch no crime shows. The bitch is boring.
Listen. I fucking I love it.
Like, God knows if the police really work that hard. Like,
I don't know. Listen, if I'm raped, I want Stabler and Benson on the case. Actually, give me Finn Tutuola. Give me Ice-T. Because I want all that. I want all that. I want people being slammed into stuff.
If only cops was really that diligent.
Sir.
Only did not mine. I almost got racial.
You did.
Only that diligent black folk.
I'm gonna let you know. They do bring that up too. You know, Finn be like, "Look here, Captain." Like, you know, I'm all the way at the beginning. Like, I decided to start watching from the beginning. You know, it's got like 23 seasons. Like SVU is still going.
I know. It's never gonna watch it.
Fire.
I guess.
It's fire.
I guess some age faster than others.
Okay, look, hey guys, if you like any Law and Order, I don't know about regular old Law and Order because I don't really fuck with it. But if you like regular Law and Order or whatever favorite Law and Order, drop it in the comments. Like, hit us up, tell us what your favorite.
It's gonna be dry down there.
It's always dry down there.
It's gonna be extra dry.
Okay, so see now that was the part that wasn't required, like that. But whatever. Like, since we
now actually I finished up.
Platinum in?
No, I've been finishing up everything else. I finished Ranking of Kings.
I need to watch that.
Bisco.
I actually need to finish watching that too. I like started it. We talked about it. Then I was like, all right, Batman anime.
The strongest mage with the weakest crest.
Oh, do you like that?
Yep. What else have I been watching? Shown you animation, the Crunchyroll and Adult Swim anime.
Oh yeah, I just saw that come across my thing.
I've been watching that. Orient.
Yeah, I've been watching that. I'm up to date on that.
What else? Hold on, I gotta look at my list, y'all.
Well, while he's doing that, another Batman anime is coming out, y'all. I'm very excited.
I'm glad I'm busy while she was gassing that.
I got the list together, guys. So a lot of it says TBA still, but a lot of it is happening. Y'all gonna see this on Thursday, so this week, like, so you know, like, if you haven't already checked, you know, we got some stuff coming out. We already talked about a couple of cuckoos. Aoashi, we talked about that. Dance Dansua. That one's gonna be actually really interesting. I'm very excited for that one. Date Alive. We got, let's see, Fanfare, the Adolescents. So this one is horse racing. And I'm very excited. see, that's why, horse racing. Okay, I'm very excited for this one because, like, they're training to be jockeys.
Like, y'all heard the names I was naming off. Like, the name, she come out with badminton, horse racing.
I didn't get to that badminton one yet.
And that precluded. No, that comes after Law and Order as SVU, yeah, SUV,
SVU, special
somebody.
Okay, obviously I said Love SWV is coming back. We got Healer Girl, Life After World Domination, or Love After World Domination, which seems really cool. Actually, it's can a forbidden romance survive between a superhero and the minion of a villainous organization? Which sounds really good, actually. Like that sounds like a fanfic that I would definitely write. So I'm for sure here for that. We got Love All Play. That's the Batman one. So I'm definitely gonna be watching that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be straight fire. I'm excited for it. Even though Mr. Sauce over here is disagreeing with me.
I mean,
Requiem for the Rose King. I've been hearing a lot about that one, so I've been dying to check that one out. We talked about Science Fell in Love. We talked about Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie. Spy X Family. I've been talking about. Dawn of the Witch looks pretty good. The Rising of Shield Hero 2 we talked about. Funny enough, actually, I don't know if you saw my Instagram story this week. My friend recommended the show to me, right?
Oh yeah, I seen that.
So guys, story time. My friend recommended Rising of Shield Hero to me, and so when I sent her the topic saying like, "Hey, you know, this is getting a season 2," she was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I was like, "You don't know what I'm talking about? You recommended this show to me. You watched it." She was like, "Girl, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna rewatch it and see what's going on." And I was like, "Okay." About halfway through the first episode, she like, "I watched this. Yeah, I watched this back in August. That's why I don't remember it." And I was like, August was not that far away. I don't understand why you're like that. Like, what? You recommended it. What? Are you so upset?
I don't see nothing.
Okay, well, look.
I ain't looking forward to none of that.
Requiem of the Rose King might be good. Okay, I mean, why are you? It's already got like its first like season, so second season in. Also, the Salaryman one, the other Batman one, is gonna continue. So I'm very excited to see that one.
Very underwhelmed over here, folks.
Okay, Tomodachi game is still happening. Trapped in a dating sim. I told you to check out the Rising of Shield Hero. Let's see what else we got. We got some continuing. Boruto is continuing. One Piece is supposedly continuing. That Shine Mue one is still that you were talking about is still continuing as well.
Oh yeah.
And then we got some more TBAs.
See, that one fire. You know what I'm saying? You learned some life lessons in there.
Yeah, so like it's gonna be good. Look at all these TBAs. Whenever I find them again, look at all that.
We still I know, but we not starting off as hot as we did with
We are. With the
winter one.
You just only like shonen. That's the problem.
I know that's not all shonen I'm watching. All right, that is not all shonen. I have a nice variety of stuff I've been watching.
What else you got?
What? Let's go to my
watch. Ooh, Love All Play is gonna be on 8. It's gonna be what? Is it already shown? Go ahead, type in Love All Play. Is that already airing? Oh, fuck me up, Daddy. Let me find out. Why won't you watch the Batman? What's your problem with Batman?
I'm not about to watch Batman.
What is your problem with Batman?
I'm not about to. I fell asleep watching Tokyo 24th Ward.
Yeah, I cannot pull myself to do that. Love All Play has one episode already, so I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, the strongest stage with the weakest crest is not shown.
What is it? What is it? Fucking Isekai?
I don't know.
Does he get transported to another world?
Nah, he's already in that world. It's just his reincarnated form.
It's fantasy.
Yeah.
You don't put fantasy with shonen?
I mean, you could make all of them fantasy if you wanted to be honest.
I would say fantasy just because it looks like they have like a D&D type of.
Yeah, there's dragons and stuff like that.
That's where I throw. I think fairy tale is fantasy.
And dungeons and things of that nature.
Yeah.
The Ranking the Kings. That's a little more deeper than shonen. That there.
Is that political?
Not.
Or is it just adorable? I hear it's adorable.
It's like a combination of all of the above.
Oh.
Because it's hard to hate on Boji. Like Boji is that guy.
Real niggas like Boji.
Man,
you need to finish Platinum End. I know it's dragging.
I will. But these were like I needed to finish.
Tokyo 24th Ward is hard. No. I'm like on episode 3. It's hard.
I fell asleep I gotta go rewatch 1 because I fell asleep so many times.
It's a movie. That's why you don't want to rewatch it. When they started, I was like, "Oh, this is a movie." I'm like, "Oh."
Because I'm like, I'm gonna use it to kill some time at work, and then I'm like, whoever on the camera is definitely seeing me like that.
Slump. It's bad. It's really bad. It's bad.
But
and I gotta finish 86. I've been working my way through it.
I finished my tagged OPs and my.
I still need to finish that as well.
Yeah.
What's not cool is that Demon Slayer and all these other ones. Every time they get a new dub, they put a new by it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no new episodes.
So just like that's how they did me with One Punch Man for months.
So I have to start taking stuff off my watch list that I want to come back. Also, the case study of Vanitas is actually I watched the first episode of that. Okay. It's actually that's actually pretty decent, and I think you'd like Love of Kill because they're like assassins.
Yeah. I was gonna get to these next. And then what else did I catch up on? I caught up on some Netflix ones. I think I'm caught up on.
I need to finish Shaman King.
Shaman King. I might have a few, but I
finished Beastars. I think I don't know if I already said that on here, but I finished Beastars.
But yeah, I've been on my
judging me.
I've been on my anime run.
Have you watched Beastars?
No,
you're not gonna watch that.
I don't know.
Everyone's like, animals, high school life, things are getting weird. No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
But everyone just sometimes it's just an anime. Sometimes that's it.
I know, but sometimes sometimes morally it just don't feel right.
God, that's exhausting. Throw your morals away when it comes to that kind of thing. At least
I don't want it to get too weird. It's one of those I don't want it to get too weird, and somebody just happen to come in on the weirdest part and just be like,
I gave that up a long time ago.
So this is what you like.
I gave that up.
You know, like I said, Assassin's Pride was cool, but the fact that the young girl who was like in high school was all over like the 20-year-old bodyguard, it was just like that. I get it's different over there. The age of consent is different, but
still not appropriate.
It's not okay. I can't rock with y'all.
I gave up on that. Once I started using mics, I gave up on having or caring about my privacy. Because at some point, I started. You guys remember IMVU? Everyone remembers IMVU. What a time to be alive. At some point,
actually, it's still.
I know.
It's still thriving.
They don't have the mics no more. But at some point, IMVU had mics. Just for like a 3 to 4 month span, because they were like, maybe we shouldn't give these young children anything close to that. Yeah, it was all bad. So during the time of the mic time, I know I'm old. During the time of the mics, it was fun, but I definitely had a friend like her mom kicked the door in. And was like, clean this shit up. This is some bullshit. And started cussing out. She's like, Mom, I'm on mic. I don't give a fuck them little niggas can hear me. I was like, this is all bad.
Just the lack of care that parents be having for what kids be having going. I don't give a fuck. But why though?
At least let me mute the mic first.
Right? Why do y'all thrive on public embarrassment?
Knowing that I gotta go to school with
y'all, the parents thrive on it. They want it public. Think about it. The threat used to be, I will show up in your school looking a mess if you keep acting up. Why? Why? Why this public humiliation? What we going for?
When I tell you that my sister would just walk in and say just any fucking thing, and my friends would not let it go. I was just like, ma'am. She's like, what? I'm like, I am on mic. My mic is open.
You know what? Matter of fact, I'm waiting for that day. You want to know why? Because actually, I can't wait for that day no more. I'm grown. Yeah. But
that.
But I wish I'm gonna get a time machine. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna let my mama do it so I can flame your ass right along with the rest of the class. Gross section.
If anything, actually, it's gonna get you in more fights because the minute that your mom shows up and someone starts talking crazy about your mom, now I gotta throw his.
But see, I'm gonna throw the first couple jokes in. But then I'm gonna be like, don't go too far with the jokes. I will slap the shit out. You get a couple in.
He said, "I wish I had a time machine."
Yeah.
Let me tell you how much I love that song, especially when she go, "Where the fuck I get a time machine?" Just the real sweet way Mooney Long sings. Where the fuck I get a time machine? I'm like, this lady, I need that. Like the fact that Hours and Time Machine are on the same album. I could talk to you for hours, spit and get with you for hours, and then it's like,
that was her?
Machine. Yes, Hours and Time Machine are both Mooney Long.
I did not know.
It is the same that she does it also. Listen. When I tell you, it's the fact. I gotta see exactly where they are placed in the album. Not that it really matters, but if Time Machine is under Hours, let me tell you. Yeah, public displays. Oh my gosh, yeah. So she can sit and talk to you for hours. And then,
Time Machine.
What did she want to tell you?
So, Time Machine is 5. No, her Hours and Hours is 5, and Time Machine is 7. So, something went wrong at 6.
Listen, I gotta look at the whole album.
Now we gotta look at the whole album.
And see what's really going on.
What happened at number 6?
No
signal. Damn. I got it. She spent hours and hours with that nigga. The next day, he blocked her on everything. Now she wish she had a time machine to get those hours and hours back, and to strip the Loftus Towers. And I figured it out. What was the last song? Fuck that nigga.
No, it's called Just Beginning.
Oh, that's a new nigga. She back. She went just beginning in the past, but she got the time machine. She got the fucking time machine. Yeah.
I can't.
I figured out the story behind that nigga.
Oh my god.
Damn, bro, you must have been nice. You had 3 strong songs, my boy.
There was I Am You, so that must be I Miss You.
You know what I'm saying?
There was a to-do list, Ain't Easy.
You know. That was Hours and Hours was the new dude. You know, that was the old dude.
No, you're right.
And that was the new dude. And then that nigga was just as trash as the old
I mean, Doja kind of did the same thing on her album. Everything was like, "Let me be your woman." Then it was niggas ain't shit. Like I listen. If we look at Doja Cat's album, like
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the Time Machine was Doja Cat.
No, it's not actually. That is interesting that you would think that though. Her voice.
Yeah, it was the voice. I was at a time machine. I'm like, oh, that's Doja.
It's the
yeah.
That's
like,
what he said.
This sounds like some wild shit she would do.
Yeah, see, so you start with woman, let me be your woman, get into it, yeah, I need to know you're exciting, boy, come find me. You know what I'm saying? You right, and then at the very end, look at it, ain't shit. I think Kiss Me More is above that too. Like Kiss Me More is all like in a nicer spot, but then at the bottom is like ain't shit. Oh no, Kiss Me More is after ain't shit. Interesting developments.
But yeah,
Honestly, and I would actually die to like watch another singing anime. I actually very much enjoy singing animes. I don't know if you watch those, but I love music animes are fire. I gotta like finish giving. Now that the movies out.
I'm not a big musical person.
I absolutely.
I mean, Sweeney Todd was cool. Fuck with Sweeney.
I like Sweeney Todd, David Barber, Fleet Street. I like Hairspray. I like Grease. I have yet to watch West Side Story.
No. High School Musical, no.
I don't know too much about that one.
Based off the things you've named in this episode, I kind of feel like you lying, but I'm gonna let you have it. Based off your track record here, I feel like you lying, but I'm gonna let you live.
I was watching Encanto earlier this week while I was getting something done. You watching Encanto?
No, I've been meaning to watch it. Everybody,
because we don't
I feel like I feel like the only 30-year-old who don't know that we don't talk about Bruno reference. Like I feel like these movies, Moana and all this, are going harder for my generation than they are for who they intended to, which is cool because we kind of grew up in the heyday of Disney movies with Toy Story and things of that nature. So,
well, I think Encanto is interesting because it tackles family dynamics that people don't talk about. Like there's the one Isabella always has to be perfect, and she doesn't like that. And then even they talk about pressure. The older sister, she ends up. She's her power is that she's the strongest one, so she has to lift and carry everyone's weight. So that's another issue too. And then Mirabelle doesn't have a gift, so her grandma's just super hard on her, but everyone else does. So it's just she's don't touch anything. You're gonna ruin everything. And instead of consoling her, it was just one of those it just got really cold. And then Bruno, everyone, we don't talk about Bruno. When you listen to the song, they tell you what happened. He told me my fish would die the next day dead. He told me I'd grow a gut, and just like he said, it's okay, some of these are not because Bruno can see the future, but some of these okay, your fish was gonna die eventually. Now maybe not as soon, maybe you weren't expecting it, but your fish must have been geriatric.
Right. All he did was tell you what was gonna happen in the future. He didn't make it happen.
So everyone assumes the worst, with Bruno. And that's so it's interesting because when he they don't let him finish really what he's saying, so they kind of make it sound like he's the villain. And when I started watching it, I was like, $10 automatically to myself says that Bruno is not the villain that everyone wants to make him out to be. Clearly, I knew it off the bat because I know how people do their writing. But I feel Inside Out too was a really good one that people sleep on. Inside Out.
I've seen that one.
That one was fire. That once again, it was the animation of it as well. I like the fact that it's teaching kids that it's okay to not be okay. I feel like we have to show our kids that more often. Which is also why I feel I want to see more family-based anime. Did you see that anime on Netflix? It's called Life with Kotaro. It's a little boy that lives all by himself, and he knocks on it. I saw a clip because he's knocking on his neighbor's door, and he's "There's no bath in my apartment," and he's the guy's "Yeah, the landlord didn't tell you that. Yeah, we just go to the bathhouse," and he's "I see. Okay, I'm gonna figure that out." And the guy's "You live by yourself." I love seeing those endearing ones. I feel the same way about Dagakuin babysitters. They're such cute babies. You gotta check it out because they're cute, adorable babies. I don't know though. You know what? I feel bad because men aren't allowed to genuinely enjoy things that are geared towards children without being looked at really weirdly.
Can't do
like,
shit.
I feel really that's like something that's really awful for men. Like a man that's like, I genuinely like teaching. I genuinely care about the youth. They're like, because you're a pedophile, right? And he's like, or I just want to further, the education of the youth. Like, I like working with kids because you're a freak. Like, no, that's not it.
Listen.
Like, I feel bad I've heard terrible stories of fathers taking their children to the fucking park.
You gotta realize before it became perverted, it was a time where like you could set your niece or something on your knee, toss her up in the air, have fun. Now she get anywhere near your knee, you sick bastard. I was just gonna do the thing to bounce her up and down so she go that shit that kids like, now I'm a fucking sick bastard.
I think it's awful because people take their kids.
Your daughter can't even sit on your dad's lap no more. Like, it'd be out there. Would you let your daughter sit on her father's lap?
Well, first off, what I'm always gonna say is, one, how old is my daughter? Two, like, because at a certain age, like, what? Don't sit on people's laps. Like, that's just not even your dad. Just don't sit on. It's kind of like kissing your parents on the lips. There's a certain age where it's like, maybe you should stop doing that. Not just because of pedophilia, but just out of like, don't do that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I guess I guess that one's more like a cultural thing because it's not looked at.
That's what I'm saying though. Yeah. Like, I think that's something it's just weird. Like, if you're after a certain age, yeah, I think you should stop sitting in everyone's lap, not just your dad's. Yeah. So I think that's the thing. Like, if you sit in your dad's lap, okay. You know what I mean? My stinker being sits in my lap. Like, I think, like, so I don't really have that sort of issue. You know what I mean? But at the same time, my conversation is too, if you want us to stop sitting in our parents' laps and things like that, stop forcing me to hug men that I don't know. Stop forcing me to, or people that I haven't run into often. Right. Stop telling me to change my clothes when a certain man comes in the house. Like, that's a situation too. My dress shouldn't have to be like, who are you worried about? Me or him?
It's more so, I always looked at that as like, more of like, we have a company over, so like, don't be in your sleepwear type situation.
It normally is. Sometimes.
Which I mean, sometimes, but that's how I always interpret it. Like, we got company over, put your booty cheeks away. Like,
yeah. Some people are like that, but sometimes it's like if your mom's friend is over and she's a woman. If there's like,
oh yeah, then that part. If y'all all the same gender, then go for it. But
and that's the thing though. Just tell me to get dressed because company's coming.
Yeah, that's too.
Like that's the other thing. Like, I'm not walking around in sports bras while my mom's boyfriend is around because that's just weird to me in general.
Right.
But I'm not in sports bras when anyone's around. Like not just because he's a man. But granted, if I have to change, like, because normally I'm dressed in regular. If I have to change my shorts. You know what I mean? Because I have on just regular. If I have to change into pants.
Oh no! Like, if you got a regular short. Through, but if you got the bottom cuss with your cheeks out, you got to put your cheeks away.
But there's also too. I feel like depending on how old you are, there's also should be conversations to be had about that as well. It's like, so is this your like genuine sleepwear, or do you actually leave the house like this? And that's another like and I think the parenting styles are all different. Yeah. And I think it's kind of terrible too because I feel like that actually might come along with anime too. Is that people who watch men who might watch romantic anime or anime that's geared towards like a certain type of deal. I think you guys might get like crap about it. And I know people are like, this is sort of the same thing with like, I feel like men who watch Sailor Moon, they're probably like accused of not liking it fully and they only watch it for certain reasons. Yeah. Which isn't cool. I will say as much guff as women get about enjoying stuff, I feel like men get almost, if not equally, the same amount of shit about liking things that are that could be geared towards women. Even though we know that anime doesn't really have a part, not anymore at least. I think it used to be like, this is for women, this is for men. But I think men who watch Magic Girl animes, I think people question them. Which isn't cool, because Magic Girl animes are fucking fire, and everyone should indulge in them. But I think I'm also a little more gender forward than a lot of people. So I can't really, like, would you judge someone because they watch a Magic Girl anime?
Depends on how deep into it.
See? Okay, all right.
Like it depends. You know, it's levels. Like if you just watch them, but if you watch them, like that's your whole watch list. I'm like, yo, watch it. Nothing else.
Okay, so men who watch romance animes. Like I have a friend that enjoys romance animes, and he's a guy.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, some dudes is wishy gushy like that. You know, go for it.
Yeah, That's not your cup of tea, though.
I mean, I watch it on occasion, but that's not about to be this. I'll be sleep.
I'm noticing that a lot of guys. I'm noticing actually that a lot of people in our generation are like I actually was telling a friend about some fan fiction, and like he clearly was like, I don't understand it. This is not my thing. He like, hey, whatever floats boats. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Go for it, bro. And honestly,
like I always have this thing. It's not my life. I don't have to live it. So, like, you do what makes you happy. Like I don't. Whatever the consequences that come along with that, I personally don't have to deal with. So I don't care what you do. Like
I can appreciate that about our generation. Is that we don't personally give a fuck.
Don't care. Like if that's what you like, that's cool. You know, enjoy it. Like, and when I say like into it, I mean like, you know, like
in a creepy way.
Yeah, like how people be into My Little Pony, like dudes,
bronies,
like, bronies. Yeah, like that's a little.
I've only ran into some bronies like once. I was at a convention. I was at Colossal Con, and I walked into a room. Right, I thought it was the showing of something else, and I walked into the room. It was My Little Pony, and it was nothing but straight white men in the whole room, not a child in sight.
Yeah, like
and I was like
if you got posters and all that, like that's your thing, like thing, like it's not mixed in there with some other stuff, like. I can understand if you got a mixture of things. Like, all right, you like variety, but like if this is the only really anime you watch, I'm a little worried. Because it's like something off somewhere.
That really, it made me think about this funny joke. This comedian was making this joke, and he was talking about like pedophiles, and he was saying, well, people who like children are pedophiles, but there's also, he talked about the different types of pedophiles that like teenagers and like older to almost mid-adult. He's like, that's like an edophile. He goes, the problem is that when you saying all this, it makes you look like more of a pedophile. Right. Like it's like, you like children. No, I like teenagers. Like it's like, that's not like, and I was like, that's bad too. Because when people really be trying to explain stuff, it's like the fact that you went into all this proves that you at some point thought you were a pedophile. Right. Like, I thought that was like, I feel like that was like interesting too. I was like, this is kind of funny, and I like that our generation is not like we're like, no, bro, you a pedophile. We tell it like it is, but it's like, you know, there are gay people having sex, and we're like, okay, somebody having sex somewhere,
right? I mean, you know, like. That's what that person like. Listen, I'm not the one getting shafted here, so I don't care. Like, I don't have to deal. It's not my problem.
Like,
I'm not the one getting bent over here, so it has no effect on me whatsoever.
What's crazy is that we're a generation raised to mind our own fucking business. Yeah, like, and now that we do,
I hold firm to that. Like, I don't
mind my business and drink my water.
Right, like, you know what I'm saying. You like what you like. Oh, I'm this. Well. Good luck with that. Like, I mean, congratulations. I don't know. I don't really know what the proper response here is. I never know what the proper response to people like coming out or anything like that. Because I don't like. Because it all sounds like an asshole thing. Like, hey, that's what's up, man. You know, good luck with that. What do you mean by that? I don't know. Like,
why did you tell me?
That felt like the thing to say. Like. I mean, there's some trials and tribulations to go on with that. So I'm saying, you know, I wish you the best of luck in your endeavor. It's like, I hope this is a final decision. Right. I would hate for you to wake up and be like, I don't want this no more.
I mean, it's the fact that it's like, well, when you tell somebody like look, I'm black every day. People choose to be racist towards me after they see me. I'm gonna have to tell you I'm black.
I might be the dude. Like, are you sure? Because like, I would hate for you to regret this decision. Like, I'm that guy.
That's called a good friend. I feel like I feel like a certain
what do you mean? Are you sure? I'm just saying, like, this is a hard one to come back from.
It's the people who go like, how do you know you're gay? And it's like, how you know you straight? Oh, I just know. They just know they gay. Like that's the answer. See how that answer was so easy for you? How that fit you so nicely? Like, see how that worked real good in your soul? You know how you know you straight?
Because I have no desire.
Right. That's what it is. It's
like for that type of lifestyle.
Like, which is fine. See how you just accepted that answer? How you know you straight? Yeah, I guess you kind of right. I bet. Like you ever slept with a man to make sure you wasn't gay? Like,
sometimes you might have thought you liked it till you got there. Like, so like, have you really been through this?
I don't feel like that's more for like, I feel like asexual people experience that more.
Yeah, like because you might have liked the thought of it till it really went down, and you was with like Peter and Family Guy till he was like, wait a minute. It's not for me.
I don't like it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to get to that point of no return and you be like, I don't like this. And it's like,
I wish I had a time machine.
I don't want to say you kind of stuck there, but
I wish I had a time machine. Right. Where the fuck I get a time machine?
Like, sir, that is one thing you will not ever be able to erase. Like, you could try to come back, but you still there technically.
It's the homies reminding you, like, remember when you thought you was gay?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, you still gonna be there. Like,
remember
you
that?
still like niggas, don't you?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Remember that?
My friend, he like, dudes, bro, who the fuck is your friend? Like, you don't know nobody.
Hey, you
like
still.
you know,
I know somebody that might,
I do like that I like that the culture is moving a little better with it. You know, back when we were younger, it was like, you got a little sugar in this tank. But now it's like, okay, he's gay. Yeah. Okay, like, so just say that, bro. What you doing this extra stuff for? Right. You a little off. I'm like, what does off mean? What is that?
I just be, tired of one. Bro, we know. Like, stop lying to everybody. We know.
Let it be known that if you decide to come out to Sauce, he's gonna tell you he knew already.
I already knew.
It's funny when they go, that's on brand for you. Like, yeah, that's what you gotta start saying. That's on brand.
I'm not surprised.
Like,
and then they get offended. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Now you gotta be like, I suspected that. So you gotta say, I suspected that.
I mean, I can't say that I'm surprised.
That's on brand for you.
That'd be killing me when somebody get offended by that. Like, what do you mean you're not surprised?
Next time anyone
confesses, nigga, if you knew, don't you think I knew?
If anyone confesses to you guys, please just say that's on brand for you. Like, if I ever have a kid and my kid comes out and it's just like, Mom, I'm gay. Me, it's on brand for you.
Right, go for it, man.
Right.
Now I will say, listen, don't make no changes until you're absolutely sure. Like,
don't tell nobody till you know.
Don't come out here with titties.
Don't tell nobody but go on.
Right. Don't come out here with titties talk about you on pecs again. Like, stick with the double D's, my guy.
I'm
like,
sick.
There.
I'm sick. Just gain some weight. You'll get titties will come. That sounds really mean. Please don't cancel me. I don't know why. That just sounded like a funny thing to actually legitimately say. Like, if you just gain weight, the titties will come. At least for men, at least. It doesn't work for women. You just get stomach and no breasts. It's all bad.
That's terrible. Like, who came up with that genetic makeup? Like, hey, you gain weight as a dude, you get titties. You gain weight as a girl, you get a stomach.
Have you ever seen like heavier set women though that literally have like no breasts?
Oh man, that's wild.
You're just like, it didn't go anywhere else. Like it was like, nah.
Stomach.
It's awful.
Like your titties resting on your stomach.
How terrible is God? But anyways, that's our time. Next week though, we're gonna check out these new animes. Sauce is gonna find something that tickles his fancy. And then
I found plenty of shows. I don't know.
New shows. It's spring shows.
Well, when they drop, I will.
They drop it next. They drop it. Well, they already dropped as when they see this. But they didn't drop it. We're gonna be back.
I'm waiting for the rest of the lineup to drop. They still got a lot of TBDs.
We gonna check this out. Spy X Family is probably one I'm most excited for. I'm gonna tell you all about the horse riding when the love all played back.
Oh, y'all see, I still got the black folks back there. You know what I'm saying? He was in the new movie. We turned up.
Is pretty my nigga Miguel. Fire. Yeah, he's really dope. And watching him and Gojo go at it. Yeah. I was in the theater. I was like, I'm gonna have to get this on home video. But anyways,
we gotta go.
We be back next week though. New animes, probably mostly me because You can't find nothing.
I just went down the list. I'm about to find some new stuff. She just hating on me. She gonna be too busy watching SVU.
He like